Today we're talking about yet another street photography film simulation recipe I call TERRACE FLORA. So TERRACE FLORA is another street photography recipe that has a vintage vibe to it. The recipe I shared in the last video wasn't created with the intention of getting a vintage vibe. This one was. Although not as extreme as those recipes, this is on the spectrum of my Gold Leaf 1 and my 1979 recipes. Just like those, it's built based on the Astia film simulation built into these cameras. Although it doesn't have the exact same settings as 1979, they both are fairly versatile in the situations they can be used in. This one has a slightly different approach to the white balance setting, white balance shift setting, and the difference in the sharpness setting. As you know, I create these with just a certain idea in mind, maybe a visual inspiration, but I don't create these with a specific film stock in mind. But I created this one with a certain memory of a film stock or kind of film stocks in mind. There are some film stocks that I remember shooting or seeing that shifts the colors just enough to give a certain vibe to it, to give some character to the images. Specifically for this one, there's just a slight hint of green in the midtones, and you'll notice this in the concrete and sidewalk shots. The sunlight complements this really well, so it ends up feeling natural, and it's not so extreme that it doesn't disturb any vibrant colors in the scene. Because of that, it is a great street photography recipe because it'll add something extra to concrete and cement, these sidewalks and buildings and all these textures that you might run into. But it also respects some vibrant color situations, whether that's the blue sky or some painting or murals like I ran into on some of my recent shoots. And yes, it's another one that in a lot of scenarios comes across really subtle. But if you compare the JPEG with this recipe to the RAW, you'll see what this is doing to the image to give it some new character. If you want to do a fun experiment, take one of your Fujifilm cameras, plug in Gold Leaf 1, 1979, and TERRACE FLORA back to back into your custom settings, and shoot all three of them and see how each of them responds and similarly and in a different way. Since they have some commonalities, that's going to be a fun comparison to see. Either way, give this TERRACE FLORA recipe a shot and let me know how it works out for you. I'm going to add it to my street photography collection, and I could see myself using it often. So like always, I appreciate all my viewers, all my subscribers. It's really awesome to see this channel grow. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe and hit like and all that stuff, and keep an eye on the channel and an eye on my blog for more stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.